Okay, so, I admit it's been a while. Life has been complicated and difficult, and I know I'm supposed to upload more than once every few months. What's that? 8? It's been 8 months? Holy crap. But fuck it, I'm here now, so let's do this thing. If you're anything like me, you tend to play one game and play it a lot. Then you get burnt out and move on to the next game. And sometimes you're between games where there's 10,000 channels but nothing to watch, so to speak, and that's where I've been lately, between addictions. To try and get past this hump, I grabbed a bunch of games on Steam that I've been meaning to try out and downloaded them. I've not finished any of them yet, but I have formed up some thoughts I wanted to get out into the world. So here you go, in no particular order, what I've been playing lately. I'll say it up front, if you liked Left 4 Dead, you'll probably like Back 4 Blood. This is the exact same formula with the serial numbers filed off and some facelifting to bring it up to modern graphical standards. Also, there's more of everything. More special zombie types, more levels, more characters, more subsystems, more. And yet despite the upgrades, the card system, the cosmetic unlocks and character choices, it's still just Left 4 Dead 2.5. Not even 3. Ironically, especially not 4.
5, Lisa, 3!
And honestly, that's kind of where it falls apart for me. Don't get me wrong, I loved Left 4 Dead and its sequel. I played them a ton. I played solo, I played with friends, I played instead of sleeping. I beat every campaign on every difficulty multiple times. The only thing I didn't really do was the PvP multiplayer because I'm a kind of a co-op person. I played it to death, so much so that I couldn't make myself play more to capture footage for this video. And the thing about Back 4 Blood is that despite bringing so many new systems and options to the table, it doesn't really bring anything substantially new to the table. It made me feel like I was playing Left 4 Dead all over again, which I don't want to be doing because I've been there and I've done that. It's a great game, it's just not for me. If you're a diehard Left 4 Dead fan, maybe the new subsystems won't grate on your nerves. If you missed out on Left 4 Dead and its sequel, well, this is a good substitute, but you can probably get the original games for super cheap on Steam. Round up some friends and play.
You're lucky I can't fit a grenade launcher in my bag.
In Ion Fury, which was published in 2019 by 3D Realms, you take on the role of Shelley Bombshell Harrison. She's a bomb disposal expert working for the GDF, the Global Defense Force, and she's blasting her way through a transhumanist cult. This game fucking rocks. It's fast-paced, action-packed, and has roots in the original boomer shooters of old, the ones that established the genre and ruled as the kings of shooting before the term boomer shooter was a thing. It runs on the Build engine, which for those who don't know is also the engine used to run Duke Nukem 3D, Blood, Shadow Warrior, and Redneck Rampage. Ion Fury is the first game to use the Build engine in 20 years, and it was worth the wait. Like I said, it's fast and furious. The arsenal is amazing. Your pistol has a lock-on mode that headshots for you and somehow doesn't trivialize the game. Your shotgun is also a grenade launcher. The bowling bombs are awesome too. They detonate on impact and you can pick them up if you miss. There's the crossbow that fires electric bolts, and the dual incendiary SMGs. I love everything about this game except one thing. The game strives to, and succeeds in, mind you, setting up a pretty seamless flow from level to level. Just about the only thing that tells you you've completed a level and are about to move on to the next one is a little tooltip that shows up to remind me that I suck at secret hunting. I wish that it used the classic level-by-level format, where at the end of the level you get a big splash screen with some character art and a scorecard that reminds you that you suck at secret hunting. Hold on to your socks, kids, and grab your indie Steam game bingo cards. Nightmare Reaper is a pixel art, roguelike, procedurally generated first-person shooter in the style of the old retro shooters. I'd have a winning card if it had been an open-world survival crafting game to boot. Thank God it's not. It's actually really good. In Nightmare Reaper, you play the role of a mental patient at an asylum who goes to sleep and has these terrible nightmares, which are in fact the procedurally generated levels. When you die or complete a level, you wake up. When you do, the letter on your table in your cell, your room, reveals more of the backstory, from the perspective of the doctor who's supposedly taking care of you.
I would learn later that in this case, appearances were devilishly deceitful.
Then you go back to sleep and take on the next level. Kill, loot, kill, loot, kill, loot. The weapons in this game are pretty ludicrous, and I haven't even seen many of them. They range from a book that shoots magic to a railgun to sticky grenades to a Molotov cocktail and a pump-action shotgun. You collect money, health, and guns as you go through each level, and at the end of each level you only get to keep one gun from the arsenal you've built up to carry into the next level. This lets me play with the wacky weapons, trying stuff out, while still keeping old reliable in the stable to start each new level with. You earn gold to spend on your skill tree, which gives you perks and buffs, but to unlock each node on the tree, you have to beat a little Mario-inspired side-scroller level. Just recently, I unlocked what the game is calling the Topaz Tree, where I am instead playing a little Pokemon-inspired map. All in all, I'm eager to earn more of the backstory of this game and explore more of what it has to offer. Definitely recommend it. If you take classic Doom and smash it together with Doom 2016, you get Proteus, and that's high praise coming from me. I have literally no idea what the story or premise is, and I don't care. I'm having way too much fun shooting things. The game's art direction is fantastic. It's so violently bloody that sometimes the blood splatter gets in the way of seeing anything. You shoot your way through a bunch of enemies that start off leaning very heavily on classic Doom. Pinkies, imps, zombie soldiers, soldiers with shotguns, flying ranged units, that sort of thing. Slowly but surely the game introduces more and more enemies though, and then it introduces the blue-colored ones that hate the red-colored ones that are tougher. Then it introduces even more enemies. There's more than simple keycard hunting to be had too, with platforms and switches to shoot, buttons to press, and so on. The game has a shop, not a microtransaction shop, but an actual shop, where you spend ore that you found scattered throughout the levels you play through. Most of the ore is hidden in little secret areas that take some rummaging around to find, but it's worth it. You can unlock new guns, upgrades, and more in the shop. Now, I'm not the world's best secret hunter. I get bored rooting through an area looking for every possible nook and cranny the developers could hide something in. Hell, I get bored and frustrated if I don't immediately know where to go next. And on that front, Proteus really shines. The levels aren't necessarily linear, but I almost never lack for a direction to move in. Only once or twice did I find myself wondering where I was supposed to progress to. It makes me want to go back and actually secret hunt because the game didn't waste my time in the first place. This game is old school from the ground up. Levels don't make any sense. They're mazes of bad guys, hazards, guns, food for health, traps, and power-ups. So if you're looking for a game that has a cohesive foundation, look somewhere else, but you'll be missing out on one of my favorite shooters in a long time. Rise of the Triad was supposedly going to be a sequel to Wolfenstein 3D, and it had the misfortune of releasing just before Doom did. It was summarily crushed by its overwhelming competition, but its obscurity doesn't indicate a lack of quality. Each level is a key hunting, lever switching, trap dodging, Nazi shooting maze with a killer soundtrack. This is from a time before level design changed, and it's a breath of fresh air when compared to modern shooters today in my humble opinion. It's about the challenge first and foremost, and in what little experience I have of the game, it's pretty fair while it's at it. I haven't had the joy of experiencing all the wacky power-ups, wild guns, or even killing every enemy type the game has to offer, and I'm already in love with it. I haven't seen an Excalibat or a dog mode power-up, but I'm looking forward to my first experiences with both. I have encountered the mushroom pickup, which sets the graphics on fire and stomps on their corpse, as seen here. All in all, Rise of the Triad reminds me of games from my childhood where things didn't have to make sense as long as they were fun, and I appreciate that more than I was expecting to. Special thanks to the patrons who support this channel. You can find a link to my Patreon in the description below if you'd like to join them and support the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you don't forget to like and subscribe.